Hello. Hi. How are you? My name's Beth Zyra, or Beth for short. Whatever's easier for you. That's fine with me. But yeah, I'm a full-time illustrator. And as the title says, I am creating an acrylic piece. And I haven't made an acrylic piece in 20 or possibly 20 plus years. I'm 28, so you can do the math as to when was the last time I touched acrylic paints. I just remember disliking it very much as a child. The medium just dried up way too quick on me, and I personally feel like acrylic, if done wrong, can look a little amateurish. It's just Beth being pessimistic. Now, I have used other traditional mediums. Traditional mediums I currently use are colored pencil, ink. I do digital drawings, and I used to be very much a fan of using gouache and watercolor. Stylistically, I just feel like gouache and watercolor are not what I'm going for, and plus I tend to water down gouache quite a bit. It ends up just being watercolor. And I've used oils before occasionally, mainly in art school. And while I do appreciate oils, and I just love how certain favorite artists of mine use oils, and it makes me cry inside that I can't use it like them, it just is a medium that takes too long to dry, and I was in a very tight timeline because this particular acrylic piece was for a gallery. I don't know, for my first gallery, I wanted to do something very painterly because, I don't know, it's kind of that artist stereotype. Paint. Yeah. Just decided to do acrylics because I've just seen a lot of artists I follow, like James Jean, for example, do some pretty rad pieces with acrylics. So I was like, hey, why not give it another shot and just see how that is? And when doing my research, I found out that you can use mediums to make your acrylic process way easier. And don't get me wrong, I still found acrylics to be a little tough to get down. I can't say I've mastered the medium, but I am pleasantly satisfied with the end piece. It turned out better than expected, even though a lot of tears are in that canvas. Yeah, but without further ado, I'm just gonna stop overstretching the intro and just get down to what you guys clicked possibly on the video for, which is to see me struggle with this acrylic process after 20 years. It was a struggle, but it was fun. All right, so let's get into it. But okay, so because I was already nervous enough doing this piece, I decided to just transfer over a digital sketch that I did on Procreate on my iPad and just print it out and then transfer it with transfer paper. Just because I already knew the painting process was not going to be it. Saved myself the hassle of already ruining the canvas by making a bad sketch on it. And I typically don't work on large canvases. This was a 24 by 24 canvas piece, so a lot of intimidation is occurring here. And then I have this cool edit. Yeah, I was very conscientious of the fact that this is going to be a YouTube video. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty clean on the canvas. I'm pretty sure we're at the part where I'm showing you the line work, and we're just gonna go in there with the paint. Some of the material I used was the Golden Fluid Acrylics, the Liquitex Satin Varnish. I also used a Glazed Liquid Satin medium. Also used really cheap brushes, stuff, and just like an old palette plate. But yeah, we're just gonna over here put in the paint, and it was so nerve-wracking. I laid down this paint way too thick. I lost a lot of the line work that I worked so hard to transfer on. All right, it was still kind of visible, but it could have been more visible. But I basically just wanted to lay down the base color so I have an idea of how color works. And now we're just putting in the skin tone here, and let me tell you, I was holding my breath, I feel, throughout all of the process, but especially when it came to laying the first layer of color of the character or girl I'm drawing, that it was nerve-wracking to say the least. And when it comes to making my paintings or illustrations, I like to start with my least favorite parts if possible. Over here I kind of cheated because I'm a sucker for creating blushes and like pouty lip colors on my characters. But when it came to color theory, I don't know why, but I just forgot it completely when it came to painting. And that was not fun, refiguring out color theory. I don't know. I think I was just really nervous. I was really tense throughout the process, but sadly, I also lost the first few clips of laying down the line work. I'm so sad because I don't know, those were the most moments of this whole process. But yeah, here's basically the line work. I'm working on the hair. I just used black paint for the line work. Hair was also a little tricky to do, but I was getting the hang of it, and I was just really happy for that medium that I was using, the acrylic golden fluid medium, to just make the paint be more bearable when it came to like spreading it on the canvas. And I used a heck load of it, especially with the black paint. It just made things like butter, I guess. And yeah, when I was making the line work, I think that was the hardest part about this whole process. Like, yo, these eyelashes right here, I really wanted to do them right. And I like to think they turned out pretty chill. They turned out good. I think you could kind of tell, well, it's sped up here, but it was kind of an uncomfortable experience, but it was rewarding towards the end, and I feel like I did learn a lot through the process. So and now I'm laying down like a purple to add like a bit dimension. And actually the necklace was the most therapeutic part for me. I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be the most annoying part, but I liked it. It was kind of like putting like a puzzle piece together, and as you could tell, it was very much Vivienne Westwood inspired. So yeah, I really wanted to start a collection of Vivienne Westwood necklaces because I'm just a sucker for pearls right now, and I just really vibe with Vivienne Westwood, and I feel it is very inspirational when it comes to choosing fits and aesthetics for my art pieces. But yeah, the necklace, it's weird. It was the least stressful part for me, but it was also like the end product of it. Like, I feel I could have approached it differently, especially with the shadows. The highlights were pretty chill, but I mean, it turned out better than expected. It turned out way better than expected, and it really just pushed me to practice my attention to detail, because while I feel every artist has to have an ounce amount of patience, I tend to lack it at times, especially during bigger art pieces. I tend to work smaller, usually like 9x12. Now, my favorite part when it came to this piece in general was adding the sparkly elements. That's what I'm gonna call them. I liked it. It added character, and I feel like it was very reminiscent of my regular colored pencil works, which is what I'm the most comfortable with. And I wanted to find some comfortability in this acrylic art piece process. I guess comfortability and familiarity as well. But that was chill. I liked it. And I don't know if I went a little overboard. I follow big inspirations from here, like James Jean. And I was reading one of his interviews, and his thing was like kind of, I'm not going to quote him exactly, but it was adding a lot of detail, but knowing when to stop. In this instant here, I didn't necessarily didn't know when to stop, but I think it was my way of improvising in case certain things weren't looking wanted them to with the acrylic medium. At least I just overloaded with stuff that I was comfortable with and I knew I could do well. And that's just the sparkly elements, you know? Yeah. And we're still doing it. And I went ahead and solidified the art piece with some solid black lines. I wish I didn't use black. I would recommend people to not always go with black when it comes to their line work. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's options besides black. And in these instances, black could have been not an option for the whole line work of this art piece. But yeah, I'm basically just now going with the clothing. I had Monet in my mind when I was making the clothing. I just really like how he layers, and it just seems like fabrics are really layered and transparent, and I was trying to go for that, but I'm not a painter, so can't say I succeeded, but there's always next time. And I also wanted to add some abstract shapes into this art piece, and the orange blob is just cloud headspace. That's what I labeled it in my head. Aesthetically pleasing cloud headspace. But I think at this point in time, I was just feeling it. I was just feeling the process. I was not overthinking it. I'm like, heck it, like painting at the end of the day is an expression as well, so I might as well express myself by chilling out and just doing me. But overall, this piece was really rewarding to make, and I was just really excited to make a acrylic piece. I was just honestly excited to make any art pieces for a gallery, because when I was in art school, I went to an art school here at the University of Arizona. I can't talk right now for some reason. And of course, it came with a lot of rewarding experiences, and of course I really am grateful to my illustrative art school experience. And I had bomb teachers there. I had teachers that today I still remember the wise words they have given me, and I apply to my, everyday art processes. There's also some feedback and advice and teachers that were not the most appreciated by me. And I'm not gonna name drop, but I had a painting class. So my mic just decided to give out, which was bullpoo, but whatever. And what I was sharing in the clip was an experience that I had at the University of Arizona. It was in my painting class, and the teacher there was not a fan of my illustrative work. She only really vibed with my art when it was abstract or painterly, and that's just not me. During our final exam, it was required to just deliver an art piece where you apply the painting skills that you learned throughout the class. And so I decided to deliver, again, a illustrative piece, but with, the painterly skills that I learned during our painting class. And I remember sharing the day before our final critique that I was someone that was interested in possibly getting into galleries or museums after graduating the university. And it wasn't until our final critique that she just decided to lay it on me that I was someone that was never going to get into a gallery, much less a museum, with the type of work I created. And that just stuck with me for a good while. And it wasn't until after I graduated the university and like a year or two after where I started getting like traction on Instagram and TikTok and seeing that people really vibed with my work that I decided to just pursue, old passions that I had about getting into a gallery. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you kind of through the gallery experience here. It turned out amazing. Like, it turned out better than anticipated. And again, I just really want to thank Bella and everyone at Subspace, because they really put this thing wonderfully together, and it just looks so aesthetically pleasing, and I feel it just fit with my art. A lot of friends, people that follow my work came, which was amazing. I always preferred for the worst, and I was like, watch just like 3 people come, but a lot of people came through, and it just revamped my ambition to keep doing galleries. And yeah, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone that went. But without further ado, here's the gallery, and I'm just gonna let myself talk. I was really shy, so I'll come back in this kind of clip format in a bit. Alright guys, so as you can see, follow me. I got my little personal recorder here. Got that. You got that on camera too. Good. Wait, hit that. Her. She turned out pretty chill. I mean, she turned out good enough to be in a gallery. I don't know if after this I'll be an acrylic artist, but yeah, she's here. She made it. She served her purpose, and I called her Vivian's Space. All right, so yeah, this is the piece. It was kind of hard getting a good quality shot of this because the lighting kept reflecting weirdly off of the canvas. I hope to have scans of it soon. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the process. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you did, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and to hit that bell button for whenever I post my next video. I would very much appreciate all those actions. And yeah, feel free to also check out my works on Instagram, TikTok. I'll have it linked below. If you want to support my art journey, I also have a Patreon that I got barely started kind of recently, like a few months ago. I'm not the best at promoting it because I am the worst at self-promoting, but I share exclusive art pieces there. I do sketches, and I once a month post some exclusive videos, and I also send out prints to my Everything Nice tier Patreon, so feel free to check that out. And I also have a shop where I sell prints. I occasionally sell apparel there. I'm trying to get into apparel for sure heavily with my art, so yeah, feel free to check any of those things out in my bio. But at the end of the day, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the process. Recording this video was just as hard as creating the acrylic art piece, I feel, just because I'm still very much camera shy and my mic kept giving out, which was not cool, Mike. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I hope to see you on my next video, whatever it is I create and talk about, and have a good day. Bye.